Tyra got a massive nerf in the Wild Hoard update to her talent Hunting Party. Check this out. Hunter's Mark now grants its damage bonus to allies. You notice something missing? Yeah, this no longer has 2 charges, meaning this got a massive hit to the uptime of the Mark. The Mark is still just as potent, but now you're going to have to be a lot more careful which targets you apply it to. So let's use this with a Hunter's Mark build. We just have movement speed while Hunter's Mark is active, and then a bunch of cooldown reduction. And I think, what do we want to pair it with this match? Well, they've got Drogo's Maeve Vora. They've got a lot of damage there. I guess I'll just buy some armor plating then. But yeah, is this change enough to take Tyra out of the meta, or at the very least, maybe out of like S or A tier? I don't remember where I put her in my last tier list, but I know I put her high. Is that enough to knock her down a tier, and maybe even put her into B tier or lower? That is the ultimate question. Because yeah, the major power of Tyra in the past few years, honestly, is the fact that she has been able to put a mark on somebody, and then have her entire team do more damage to them, and also have a reveal on them. It was a major counter, especially to characters that rely on the elements of surprise, right? Like flanks, for example, right? If I put that mark on Vora, now she can't flank my team because the entire team's going to know she's coming. And if she goes in by herself, she's going to be especially vulnerable, taking 15% extra damage. We can still do that to a flank, like Maeve right now. But I can no longer persistently mark the same target, right? Even right now, my mark has already expired, and I cannot reapply it to Maeve for a few seconds. I can only reapply it just now. And against a character who can cleanse the mark, like let's say, on the enemy team, for example, it would be Ceres, but let's say Koga is probably a prime example. You're basically never going to be able to mark them because they're going to cleanse it, and then you're not going to have a mark just period. So yeah, before, if you accidentally marked them, you could just apply the mark to someone else, or apply it to them after they use their ability to cleanse it, you know, again, like Ceres in this case. But now you can't do that. So it really is just a massive nerf to the uptime across the board. You can see we're still doing pretty good so far. And that's because Tyra is still a pretty strong character even without the Hunter's Mark applying all that bonus damage to the rest of her teammates and all that stuff, right? She still is a hit scan with a pretty high damage per second rifle, which obviously that is also even better on controller because you have that aim assist allowing you to hit sweet headshots. You have the fire doing percent-based damage to tanks, burning them down, doing a lot of damage, and also zoning out areas, which is very, very valuable. And in general, she is one of the tankiest DPS with the highest base health pool out of any damage champions, and innate lifesteal, and we can stack that with armor plating and stuff even further. So I still think she's a pretty good champion, but yeah, I mean, this nerf is already definitely noticeable. I'll throw that up there, and yo, our Drogo's just diffed him. Nice. Good shots. Alright, let me put a reveal back on Maeve there. I want to just keep throwing that reveal on these flanks here, because that is who it's going to be most effective on the enemy team. That just sheer presence of having the reveal on them alone is going to be a major way we can stop them from flanking us and being as effective. Let me pop up here. There are a lot of people up here. Let me throw fire there. Get the reveal out. I might be dead, but at least I helped with that kill. Yeah, I am dead, though. Sadly, Ying can't get the heal to me in time. I saw her try to ult on me there. It is what it is. We're going to buy some Nimble now, because it's really good on Tyra, and it's also cheaper this patch. So, that's pretty nice. I'm also, by the way, using the Chinese New Year skin, the Lunar Moon, or whatever it's called. I forget what the skin is called, but it's a pretty nice skin. And I figure since we're fast approaching that holiday, even though I don't celebrate it, I might as well, I guess, get a bit festive for it. Just because the skins are there, and you know what? I think they look pretty cool. Uh-oh, Drogo's, does he live this? Ooh, he does. Just barely. Nice. Now, I suppose one question that should be asked, considering Hunting Party got such a massive nerf this update, is it actually more worthwhile now to run another one of her talents? The only one I can see maybe coming up to bat for this challenge would be Mercy Kill, because specifically of the survivability it provides when you use the card that gives you damage reduction after each grenade. That is pretty dang reliable for, you know, basically turning Tyra into a tank that can also tank bust. She still has the mark, she still will be doing the bonus damage, she'll still have the reveal, it'll just be for herself now, it won't be shared to the rest of the team. And I suppose in some circumstances that could be very viable. The thing about Burn Monster is, even though the bonus damage is helpful, and I suppose early game the Cauterize can be very helpful, it's just not as reliable as her other forms of doing more damage, right? If you have more grenades, that's just straight up, you know, a bunch of reliable bursts. You can just lob that at somebody, bam, that's 650 damage. When you have the Hunter's Mark, that makes the entire rest of your team do bonus damage. I don't even need to say how good that is. It's just obvious. When it comes to Burn Monster, though, the enemies have to be standing in your fire. And certainly there are ways to make it so they are kind of forced to walk through the fire for a little bit, right? Throwing it directly at the tank is one example, but also just throwing it like behind enemies as they're trying to retreat and stuff like that. So you can make it work, but it's generally just the least reliable option. I'm fighting one of the characters who Burn Monster is absolutely terrible against, because anyone who can fly or move around really fast is not going to be standing in your fire at all, so it's absolutely useless versus a comp like the enemy team, right? They have Maeve, Drogoz, Vora, it's just not good against them. But also, even if you are playing a tank, you can just position yourself smartly, buy Nimble, and just walk out of it. So I don't really think that talent is going to be the new meta for Tyra. I think, if anything, you might see more people playing Mercy Kill, and we'll see in the coming months whether people start to prefer that over this version of Hunting Party. I still think this version of Hunting Party very much has a place in the game, though, or in the meta, rather, because, again, yeah, it's just so valuable to pop that on a flank and watch your entire team do more damage to them and have them revealed, right? Or pop it on the tank and then watch that tank burn. It's, yeah, very, very nice. Oh, I lived that. Well, not anymore. I thought I got executed there. That was really buggy. Okay, that was weird. Let me buy more Nimble, and I'm going to hold off on buying my next item. I was about to buy a Veteran, but then I realized, yeah, their Vora is going Unyielding Pressure. That is the only percent-based damage they have on the team, though, and honestly, I don't think I'm concerned about it. I think I might just buy Veteran anyways. I don't think I'm that scared of Vora. I know that's kind of funny because she just killed me, but I think my major concerns are the Maeve and the Drogoz, specifically the Maeve, and I think I'd rather have the extra health just so I can stack that with armor plating. Plus, Tyra has a really high health pool to begin with, so it'll really help me stay alive versus Maeve here. I got the reveal on her. I got the heals from Ying. Yeah, we're already living her. Imagine, max armor plating, max Veteran versus Maeve. She's going to take like 5 shots to kill me. How many daggers will that be? She's playing Rogue's Gambit, so she doesn't have the bonus damage from Cat Burglar. I'm going to have probably around 3,000 hit points before we factor in DR. I'm going to be tanky. Oh my. Okay, let's throw the reveal on Vora. She pops beautiful. But now, yeah, because I don't have that second stack of the mark, I'm going to have to wait to reapply the mark, even though I have cooldown reset on Elim, and max cooldown card. That's insane. Alright, let me reveal you. We got this, Drogoz. Hit that final shot. Hit that final shot. Never mind. I got it. I got you, man. You were good distraction. Alright, we got that Ying ult. I think I forgot to use my ult the entire match here, which is really dumb as Tyra, because she builds ult super fast, so I guess I'll just use it there, because why not? And try and light up this Khan if we can. There's a grenade into Maeve just for the 700. I'll throw fire back there. She's gone, and there we go, we pushed it through, nice. So we're definitely still capable of winning with this talent, no doubt about it. Like I said earlier, Tyra, yeah, she's inherently still a really strong champion, and even with a massive nerf like this, yeah, it definitely does not kill her. Holy crap. Alright, let's get Veteran. Can I max it out? No, I can't. But we are pretty close to maxing out one of these 2 items, and I can't see how much health I have. Man, it's been a few months now since they did this change where your items don't lock in until you leave spawn, and I'm still not used to it. I still want to, you know, click on Veteran twice, and then look at my health and see how much more health I have, but I have to wait. It's not a bad thing that they did that. I'm so boomer-brained when it comes to this game sometimes. Okay, there we go. We have basically 2,800 HP on Tyra. She is very tanky. Holy crap. I have an 8 lifesteal, I have Ying healing me, and I have DR. Up to, what is it? 18%? How much is it? Level 2? I forget. Forget the new scaling sometimes. Oh, crap. Oh, no, he got an aura. That'll be the last mistake you ever make. Ah, yes. I'm going to throw fire there, because I think they're coming after me. You're mine, little man. Nice job, bozo. I'm going to die now. I'm just going to get horrendously staggered. You know what? Oh, I was going to try and jump off the map. He picked me up. He was like, no, I'm going to kill you. Haha. Okay, well then. Sadly, though, that does mean we lose that objective, though. So I guess this match goes on. Let's try and group up here. I want to save Ying if I can. Throw that fire back that way. Put pressure on Vora, grenade to finish. There we go, huge. And let me move that mark to Maeve now. I am whiffing her for some reason, though. Alright, let's throw that fire back there. Khan's walking through it a little bit. I guess it's the zoning fire. I don't know. Hello. There's a grenade. Let me just chase Maeve real quick. Scare her away. For some reason, I'm just out of it with Tyra. I'm just forgetting to ult so much, so I just instinctively popped it there, because why the heck not? I was like, oh yeah, I have to use this ability again. Oh, let me use it. There we go. Okay. Oh, Drogoz is behind us. Hold on. Hold on. Get off my Vora. Drogoz, come back here. Come back here. Let the hit scan deal with you. There's a reveal, and that doesn't finish. Well, this will. There we go. Gotcha. Let me reveal you. She is ravaging Drogoz, but I'm ravaging her, and Vora's going to finish that. Drogoz lives to fight another day. Perfect. So the reveal on Vora now, she just gets shredded. Yeah, I really still feel like I'm playing a powerful character, man. I have to say, I think I am happy with how they nerfed this talent, because I feel like if they decided to keep the 2 charges of the mark, but just reduce the potency, like maybe reduce the bonus damage, or just remove it outright, I feel like it wouldn't be as fun. For either parties, really. If she still had 2 reveals, that would be annoying. But if she didn't have the bonus damage, then it'd be annoying to play Tyra. I'd feel like she were playing, like, just a weaker version of Tyra in a not fun way. This does feel like I'm playing a slightly weaker version of Tyra, but still a very strong version of Tyra nonetheless. And I think that's a really good dynamic. I have to say, overall, like with the buffs and nerfs patched directly to champions, for the most part, I mean, there are a few mistakes, but I'm actually pretty happy with the design process this time around. I feel like a lot of the changes were sensible, you know? Like this Tyra nerf. Or another change that I thought was really clever, that I still need to cover in a video, is the Leon buff. I think it was really clever to buff the base damage and not touch any of the auto-aim or anything like that. That way you can just barely buff the burst, but really buff the consistency of Leon, and make her stronger in a way that kind of avoids repeating the mistakes of the past. Because she used to be insanely annoying to fight way back in the day. And even most of the 7 changes are really good. Mag Dump 7 turns out to be insanely annoying this patch, for sure. But, like, the change to Overcharge, that was awesome. I mean, heck yeah, I'm all here for that. So, yeah, I mean, that's just my thoughts on the balance. Of course, let me know what you think about that in the comments section down below. I've really heard a variety of opinions this patch. Like, normally, I feel like the community is usually pretty unified, one way or another, when it comes to a lot of the balance changes. Or, at most, there might be 2 differing opinions, but I have seen a lot of, like, very diverse takes about, like, some of the item changes and even some of the champion changes this time around. It's interesting to read. It's interesting to see. And there are a lot of valid points, too. Like, you know, for instance, I mean, just for one thing, there's the discussion about adding a 5th item slot. And I think that's, you know, it's interesting to watch that argument, because there are very valid points on both sides of that argument. My personal opinion on it is that I don't think a 5th item slot is necessary, and the reason I think that is because I think the goal of this new item store is to make it so that you have a lot of very impactful choices, and so you have to implement a sort of opportunity cost, where you have to think about which item you want, and you have to think about which sacrifice do you want to make. Oh, do I want to sacrifice cooldown reduction to buy some extra damage reduction? Do I want to maybe sacrifice some damage reduction in lieu of this crowd control reduction? Or maybe, oh, I was going to buy Trigger Scent, but I just need this damage reduction. Or maybe, no, I want to buy Trigger Scent, or maybe Wreck or something like that, in place of, I don't know, Life Rip. I think having an opportunity cost like that is healthy for the game, right? You have a bunch of really powerful choices, and you just have to make sacrifices, right? I like that idea. But, and also, by the way, I don't think the credit economy would really afford you to buy 5 impactful items. I think at that point you just have 5 really weak items. You wouldn't be able to feasibly upgrade them all during a match. Unless you bought Hoard, but then we might enter a Hoard meta. I mean, I don't know. Not my personal favorite take. But then, the other legitimate side of this argument is, okay, we just added 4 brand new items. We have 20 items in the item store now. And we have an item that allows us to generate credits. We should totally have a 5th option to allow for even more diverse playstyles. And, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, they just have to choose one of those 2 design philosophies and then stick with it. if they are wishy-washy and like are going back and forth and trying to like kind of meet in the middle, I'm not entirely sure it'll be good for anybody, really. I feel like it'll just be kind of muddled and not as fun. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion at the end of the day, but I mean, yeah, there's been so much discussion about that, and that's just one aspect of this update. That's not even talking about discussing the DR split, the CC split, the new healing items, all of this crazy stuff. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on any of this stuff in the comment section down below, obviously. Sadly, we actually weren't able to turn that match around. We were winning in the start, but sadly we were just kind of falling apart towards the end there. I was still able to get 12 kills, 113,000 damage. I was top damage in the lobby. Yes, that's pretty cool. And not quite as many kills as Drogo's, but I was still able to get 19 assists from that Hunter's Mark. Yeah, I think this is still pretty good at the end of the day. Again, even though we lost, I think it was, yeah, a sensible nerf, and I don't know if she's, like, S tier or top of A tier anymore. I forget where I put her in the last tier list. But I think I don't know. Maybe like mid-low A tier now? Maybe is where I'd put her. It's hard to say. I think she's still good though, especially if you are on controller, but even if you're not on controller, she's still just a fine character, honestly. So yeah. Let me know what you think about that in the comments section down below. I feel like I've said that multiple times already this video. It's actually quite late when I'm recording this. I've had a very wonky schedule today, and I had to scrap another video earlier, so it's been a bit of a mess. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this very wonky video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload from me. And yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.